If you don't want to get fooled by scammers and want to know exactly on how to apply for refunds and returns on Pinduoduo, stay tuned for this video and I'll teach you how. Now, I will be showing you how to do this all through a mobile device, mobile phone version, because Pinduoduo, if you're using the personal one, not the wholesale one, only does mobile for now. So essentially you have 3 chances to apply for a refund when you want a refund on Pinduoduo. So if you were to come in a situation where they try to scam you with a false product, they know that you're shipping it overseas, so they want to take advantage of you, these are the 3 steps that you can actually take to get a refund. The first one is the product has been purchased but not shipped. The second one is the product has been shipped and is en route but not yet received. And the third is that the product has been accepted and waiting for your review. So let's start off with the product not shipped. This is probably the safest one for getting your refund, no questions asked. So everything essentially can be done on the Me tab. You can see that once you pay for the product, you can click on this button right here and you can see your product there. You want to look for a button that looks like this. Remember it, remember on the screen. This is the one that you want to remember. And then you select the reason for the returns. You want to select that you have not received the product yet because it hasn't been shipped yet, and that you just want a full refund for everything that you paid for, and that you just don't want the product. By default, I put I don't like the product, I don't want the product, and then you just continue going on. If you just want the deposit back, you didn't pay the full price, you can actually notify, hey, I just want this money back right here, I didn't pay for the full price. And then a little explanation, if you have any photos to help your case, you can put the photos, but in this case it hasn't been shipped yet, so just take a photo of the product not being shipped yet. And then you can just continue on by clicking this button right here in order to apply for the refund. Now for these platforms, when you apply for a refund, it's a back and forth game. The person that bought the product applies for it, then the supplier has a specific amount of time, usually between 1 to 4 days, to give you a response. So pay attention.
Something I forgot to mention is that if you decide to do the group buy to get the cheapest option on Pinduoduo and you have not found someone else to buy the product with you, you cannot apply for a refund. For example, in this product, I chose the group buy and it requires 2 people, myself and somebody else. To check the status, you can click here and then you can click on the order here and you can notice that I'm missing someone to pay for the order, but I cannot order a refund yet. Then I can share this post on social media or to other friends that want to buy this product so I can fulfill that person to buy the product. Note that Pinduoduo will also find someone for you automatically if you just give it time. Only until after the second person or the third person, however is required, is found is when you can apply for a refund if you decided to do the group buy option.
Now, if the product has been shipped but not yet received, you should see the status of the product right here in this icon. And in this icon, you can click on this button here and this button here to apply for a refund. It's a similar situation where you can select if you've received the goods or not yet received the goods. However, because the product has been shipped, you may need to provide proof that you haven't received the goods with a picture or something. And then in most cases, just by default, say I don't like the product or I don't want the product, which is this option right here. You can also change the pricing if you need to and click on this button right here and it will start the process for the refund. Don't worry, at the end, I will tell you how you can monitor the process of the refund and how it's going. Pretty simple, right? But what if the supplier has shipped the product and it's already arrived at the warehouse? Well, you can still click on this button right here to see all your orders. Now note, in China, if you don't handle this within 7 days the product is received, you're not going to be able to get the refund. It's going to be very hard. But you're really going to have to present a good case to convince the platform that you actually got scammed. So you click here and then you say, I want to apply for a refund by clicking on this button right here. As I mentioned, just want to say I don't like the product. Now, before going further, if you already received the product, you have to actually return the product. You have to apply to return the product and then get a refund. So to do that, you need to click this button right here to return the product, whereas you have to ship it back. You have to coordinate with your freight forwarder to do this, but you ship it back to the supplier. And then after they have received the product, then they will give you a refund. Why it gets a little bit complicated when you use platforms that aren't meant for the overseas market like Alibaba, but you use Pinduoduo instead. So if you found out that it's a scam or you found out that you received a product but it's not the right product, just take pictures of it saying, hey, I want to return this product, it's not the right product, and go through the process of selecting I don't like the product, I want to return everything, this is the price I want back for my product, and then click on this button to start the process. As I mentioned, after 7 days has passed, if you have not done anything to initiate a refund, you're pretty much out of luck, because that's like the magic number in China for sourcing platforms to get no questions asked. And if the goods are already in your country, oh, it's way too late, because to get the refund, one, it's already past 7 days. Two, the product is not even in China. You got to ship the product back into China, then back to the factory that supplied you the product, and that's just going to cost you so much money that you just got to take it as a loss. So that's why I always recommend to have a freight forwarder or someone in China check the goods before you ship it overseas. Now, you've applied for a refund, but you want to know what the status is. Under the Me tab, you can click here and it will go through all your refunds if you applied for, and you can see if the supplier has responded or what the status is. Usually, if you coordinate with the supplier and you've proven everything to be legitimate and that you're not trying to scam them, it's actually pretty quick and they'll just give you the refund. Note that if you use a foreign bank card to buy a product, it can take up to 4 weeks to get that refund back, versus if you use like Alipay or WeChat Pay in China, it takes like less than a week. So now hopefully you can comfortably ask for a refund or a return in the system so that you avoid getting scammed, because some of these people, if they find out that you're shipping overseas and you don't know any Chinese, they may take advantage of you. I would recommend you guys go through this process at least once, especially before buying bulk items, so that you know how to deal with these in a timely manner, because the time limits are super important. If you don't deal with it immediately, you're going to run into problems. And I've even run into these problems where they're like, nope, time has passed. You try and file a ticket and the time has passed and no one's really going to help you. So I'm going to give you guys 2 challenges. The first, go through the refund process. Buy something you don't want and immediately ask for a refund so that you don't screw over the supplier, so that you're comfortable with the process. And the second, if somebody has been having trouble having refunds and getting returns on their Pinduoduo products, share this video with them, for it may be able to help them. If you like content about sourcing from China for your e-commerce business, consider subscribing to my channel, for I post weekly videos to provide you this information so that you don't make the mistakes that I make. Let's make sourcing easy.